go. Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. It's from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. In quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fringe. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me.
Let's get focused. Let's get focused. Yeah, it's Classic with Classic Code Sports. And I got a great live show for y'all today. We talking a lot of sports talk. And I got even better news right now. We are streaming live on Classic Code Sports on YouTube. Please, if you have not already, hit the subscribe button on Classic Codes Sports on YouTube.
Classic.
I need that in my life. We also streaming from the Classic Codes on YouTube, which is where most of y'all know me from already. We'll be streaming on both for a little while until we can converge a decent amount of the audience to subscribe to the Classic Codes sports channel as well. So, and we also streaming live on Rumble right now. Correct me if I'm wrong, podcast in the building early. I'm grateful that you're here, man. I know you love talking sports, and I love talking sports with you, bro. So I'm glad that you're here, man. We got some stuff that we got to figure out.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
For sure. So today we're going to be talking about four major things. As y'all can see the artwork, we'll be talking about Shador. We'll be talking about Shiloh. We'll be talking about Canelo Crawford, and we'll be talking about the WNBA playoffs, which are upon us. They're coming up right around the corner, and I gave you guys my prediction before, but we will continue to mull that over a little bit further as the playoffs approach. As y'all know, in the WNBA, they only play 44 games, and they are getting close to the end. So, yeah, we're going to start off. We're not going to waste too much time. Like I said, very important. Hit the subscribe button on Classic Codes Sports if you have not already.
Classic.
Aside from that, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you active in my chat. You know what I'm saying? We like to have conversations, whether we agree or disagree, because we got to crack these codes.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
All right, so let's move into it, man. The first piece we're going to talk about to break the ice is Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders has recently been waived from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right beside me, you're going to see a little bit of footage from the game that ultimately, at this point, is his latest NFL appearance against the Buffalo Bills. Shiloh was having, it seems like by this clip, or by this series of plays, that Shiloh was having a rough go of it this game. Seems like he was having a hard time. But I believe Shiloh is going to be an asset to a team. I think putting him at free safety is a little bit out of position. I think having Shiloh play free safety is a little out of position. To me, he's more of a strong safety. And if he can put on a little bit more weight over his career, I think he could be a very fast outside linebacker, you know, relying on a lot of speed and leverage and angles by him being accustomed to playing safe. Shiloh likes to hit. He's a physical guy. And I just think at the NFL level, his speed isn't elite. So he's going to have to make sure that his instincts are. But I do think he's an NFL talent. I definitely do. He plays the game at a very high level. It showed at Colorado. See, right here is what they're saying got him waived from the team. Now, keep in mind, guys, we're going to discuss the details. Shiloh was already projected to end up on the practice squad. Oh, shout out to the gang, man. Everybody fouling in. Correct me if I'm wrong, said he's definitely out of position. Yeah, I agree. Souza thought 3-3-3 early. He said needs to move to linebacker. Everybody agrees. Yeah, I definitely believe that Shiloh is an NFL talent. I just think free safety isn't his position, but he can play ball. He's definitely good enough to play in the NFL without a doubt. He said he might have to go to linebacker. Yeah, I think outside linebacker or strong safety, it just depends on the defense of the team. He said, "What's good, Souls?" Yeah, man. But it just depends. It just depends on the scheme of the team that wants to pick him up, like what type of defense they run on that team. But I think strong safety, outside linebacker is kind of the vibes for him. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got good enough feet and instincts and he's got good enough size. Shiloh Sanders isn't a small guy. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at I don't know why this clip is playing, but let's look at Shiloh's metrics, his measurements and things. I'm finna pull it up now. Shiloh Sanders, size and weight. So Shiloh goes about 6 feet, 194 pounds, right? So right now at that size, being a little under 200, I think linebacker, he's a little small, right? He's a little light in the ass for linebacker at that size. But if he can maintain the speed that he has, right, just keep his speed. If he becomes more explosive, cool. But don't lose not an ounce of a step and put on about 10 more pounds of lean muscle. I think he'll be an amazing outside linebacker for a long time in the league. He's a physical guy. But yeah, they're saying that Shiloh ultimately was waived from the team after already being in a position where he was going to look like he was going to end up on the practice squad anyway. So you guys have to understand his behavior isn't necessarily what got him waived. He already was on the borderline of like not making the 53-man roster and ending up in practice squad territory regardless, right? So him punching on a guy who was doing a little bit too much beyond the whistle. Anybody who's in the chat that ever played football, you understand that, you know, there are rules and regulations, but there's also a very physical contact sport, and it's protect yourself at all times out there. If you got somebody that's on you and y'all are engaged, shout out to Cortez in the chat. I see everybody filing in. What up, gang? So make sure everybody here hit the like button and make sure you are watching me from Classic Codes Sports. If you watching me from the Classic Codes right now, get off and go to Classic Codes Sports and watch this live from there. Comment through there, subscribe to there. That's the point of this right now, trying to move everybody on over to the sports channel because we about to ramp things up in a real way. So Cortez said he may be picked up on waivers today. I believe he'll be picked up for sure. That's the part that I'm going to get into. I wanted to kind of talk about his game, talk about my analysis of Shiloh and give him his due time. And then we're going to definitely get into that, how it's probably a blessing. Cortez also said it's not just his behavior. He needs more development. He will get it. I don't think he needs development, Cortez. I think he's an NFL player right now. I think he could be a number 2 strong safety on a lot of rosters, depending on the defensive scheme. All players don't fit in all systems, of course, defense and offense alike. All players don't fit in all systems. You got some players that's going to be good wherever they go. And then you have other players that will shine brighter in specific systems. And I think Shiloh being like a rover, like a strong safety that kind of float in and out the box and maybe blitzes more so than covering slot receivers. If he can put himself in that type of a system or a setup, maybe a team that goes nickel a lot, so he don't have to pick up them slot receivers and he can stay on the tight ends. I think Shiloh's in a good spot, bro. I'm going to be real with you. I don't even think he needs – I mean, obviously everybody wants to get better, so I'm not saying I don't think he needs development. I'm just saying he's ready to play now. Soul said his behavior just made it easier, LOL. Yeah, he did them a favor. You know what I'm saying? But I think with the Sanders brothers, because we're going to talk about Shador here in a moment too, to be honest with you, I'm looking at everything play out, and you guys know I got the magic goggles on. And honestly, I think everything is happening for them and not to them. I'm being real, because what Shiloh did, he should have done. Maybe not necessarily throw like a slap to the helmet, maybe a strong push, or maybe engage the guy, maybe grip him up by his face mask and have a little heart to heart with him. But he definitely should have got rough with that guy beyond the whistle, because the dude took it a little. Y'all know how it is to be engaged with a blocker, and maybe the blocker's getting the best of that exchange on that particular play, right? But he wants to take it a little far, and the whistle then went off, and he don't disengage right away. At that point in time, you got the rest of a game to play. You got to let it be known that you're not going for that. You know what I'm saying? You have to establish something. This, football is a very machismo, very mentality-based, ego. It's a lot going on. They say it's 11 one-on-ones going on out there to a degree, right? So he didn't do anything that he shouldn't have done. He didn't do anything that we haven't seen legends do. Saw a reel earlier today of side-by-side of Dion being in an exchange with a guy like that and slapping him the same way, and then looking at the ref and pointing at the guy the same way that Shiloh did. Looked like a mirror image. It was kind of eerie, but it's like, yeah, we seen plenty of players getting into those type of kerfuffles. I mean, shit, on a weekly basis. We gonna see that when the season kick off. You know what I mean? I mean, think about the fist fights that freaking Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore had. They'd have had whole fist fights. They'd have had games where they just fought and both got ejected and just didn't play. So we seen worse. We're not gonna make this more than what it is. He said he could put on 20 pounds of muscle and still keep his speed. If he wants to compete, he got to commit. Yeah, I don't think he put himself at free safety, though. You know what I'm saying? I think they just brought him in and put him there because he can move into the box. He was a physical safety in college. Shiloh was hitting motherfuckers in college. He liked that now. Cortez Branch said he missed tackle percentage needs to improve. Well, that's the thing. His missed tackle percentage doesn't go down if you put him closer to the line, right? It gets better. He's in a lot less situations where it's just him with all that grass. It's hard being a safety, man. All that open space, and you got to break down and tackle these these uber talented guys. You know what I mean? It's easier said than done to just have a high tackle percentage at the safety position in the NFL. That's why them guys make a lot of money. Them top tier Ed Reed level, safeties, them boys get paid now. Palomalu was getting paid. Ed Reed was getting paid. That boy Kyle Hamilton out there in Baltimore, when his contract due, he gonna get paid. Having a safety that can come up and close the deal 80-something, 90% of the time, that's a good safety valve. You know what I mean? But it's hard to do. That's why amazing safeties are hard to find. I think Shiloh just better closer to the line of scrimmage. Souls of Thought said 333 Sports, my Classic. Dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they on the campaign now. They on the campaign trail. Quartet, correct me if I'm wrong, podcast said I definitely yelled out in the stadium. Next time he do it, punch him in his mouth at the scrimmage fest this weekend. Absolutely. Absolutely, dog. If somebody getting rough with me after the whistle, then we getting rough after the whistle. It's not going to be a situation where dude yanking on my face mask or hitting me all upside my helmet, or he still got me gripped up. Like I said, maybe the blocker getting the better of the exchange. You ain't going to win them all. Maybe he getting the better of the exchange on that play. He got the leverage on you, and he manhandling you a bit, but you keeping your feet, and he want to drive you to the ground. The whistle then went off, and he trying to still finish the deal, and the ref ain't quite turned his attention yet. But by the time you get to get your get back, that's when he going to see y'all. You just got to take that flag. Don't go for that. I'm coaching my team to not go for that. Don't go for that. Take that flag. Don't go for that. You ain't got to swing, though. Don't get yourself ejected. Let him know what's happening. Shoulder checking. Throw your shoulder right into his shit. You feel me? See what's to him. He says you're 100% correct. Yeah, this is a man's game. It's a man's game, right? Classic. It's a man's game. I didn't slap somebody upside their head in a flag football game, and that's a fact. Classic. Yeah, them old XD1, when you play at the high levels of the men's flag leagues, them them games full contact now. It's full contact flag football out here now. And them boys be having linemen that's XD1 linemen, them big boys, 300 pounds when they move their feet. You try to come in on a blitz and they want to get carried away with you. I definitely just slapped a 300-pounder upside his shit and let him know I'm coming back. For sure. for sure. You know they get to doing too much when they win in that rep. Sometimes them linemen, when they win in a rep, especially if they a mean lineman. Y'all all done dealt with a mean lineman before. When he win in the rep, they try to get carried away when they win in the rep. You see, yeah. Wrong with you, boy? You heard the whistle, boy? Yeah. Sometimes you got to, hey, listen. It's different types of people in this world now. I don't want nobody on the team that be trying to break it up when I'm into it. I want team members that's coming to inject themselves into the kerfuffle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come show that we have numbers here. And if it's that, it's that. I don't want team members that come over there like, hey, man, be cool. Be cool. Let's get back to the huddle, man. Get your soft ass on, man. Straight up. Get your soft ass on, man. You know what I'm saying? I showed up for that action today. You understand me? I showed up for that action. I didn't come here to play patty cake with these mugs today. Correct me if I'm wrong. Said my son 12 at left guard playing with 14-year-olds. He's burying. He's the giant of a kid. Didn't like it and pushed him in the back after he had to pick his big ass off the turf. Yeah. But listen, that's the game. You might listen. I've done that before. I done been pancake before. You come off the edge. I play outside linebacker, strong safety. You come off the edge too high, and one of them tackles get up underneath you, and they put you down. They want to do the extras when they put you down. They want to smear you in the ground and shove all in your shit and all. Them linemen get to doing a lot, G. I definitely done got up from losing a rep to a lineman, and on the way back to my huddle, gave him a shoulder check in the back of his shit. Ha! And I'm coming, and I'm letting you know too. I'm coming back. I'm coming back, G. You ain't gonna win all the reps. I promise you. I'm coming back. That's why I was ranked though. Y'all forgot. Y'all forgot. I know y'all forgot. Cortez said the refs should have thrown the flag on the unnecessary roughness beforehand. I don't have a problem with people playing rough if they both are. Yeah. I think regardless, he was gonna get ejected, right? He didn't throw a punch. It was open hand, but you can't swing on nobody, folks. So regardless, he was going to get ejected. But what I'm saying is, like, he didn't get waived for that. Like, y'all just, they use that. And, you know, the media needs something to talk about every day. So y'all got to understand they're going to build narratives. You know what I'm saying? They're going to build it. They need something to talk about every single day. And sometimes it'd be quiet news days, slow news days. They're going to, listen, they need so much content just to run their shows every day. They're going to build a narrative, bro. But he got waived because he was already potentially going to get waived, y'all. But it doesn't mean he's not going to be an asset to another team. He did put some good tape out there. He did. Shiloh got some good tape out there. And I think there's plenty enough good football minds in the NFL for somebody to see what he can be and bring him aboard. I definitely do. Cortez said they look for anything Sanders had to have known. I mean, bro, he was playing ball, bro. He wasn't no punk in college. You know what I'm saying? He was just playing ball. It ain't, you know, that shit ain't going through his head like, oh, I'm Shiloh Sanders. Oh, they hate my dad. Oh, they blackballing my brother. Oh, I'm in the middle of this rough situation and I better not respond. Like, that shit not going through his head. He just playing. He playing football the way he been playing football. Oh, buddy, doing too much, nigga. Yeah, he playing football the way he been playing football. Y'all know how it is when them linemen get to doing too much. Stop acting like, yeah, you know. Mr. McBride just talked about his son was doing too much. Buddy should have pushed your son in the back. He letting you know, G, I'm not going for that. And I'll be back for the next rep. We're going to get another rep in, I promise you. I'm here all day. Cortez said, exactly, he just playing football. Yeah, he ain't thinking about all that, bro. He not. But, yeah, I think that this happening for him, not to him. I think he's going to end up in a better situation because, honestly, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got a little depth on that side of the ball. At his position, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of sold up. And I'd like to see him in a situation where, you know, somebody go down, turn an ankle. He could become like, you know, the third stringer, right? So somebody go down, that second stringer step into a starting role, and then he gets to see some field time throughout the 4 quarters. I'd like to see him in that type of situation this year. Because I'm telling y'all, man, I think Shiloh can play now. And every player make mistakes, man. People miss tackles every week. Your favorite linebacker missed a tackle. You know what I'm saying? Nobody get them all, fam. These guys are elite. These guys are elite. Have y'all ever watched an NFL running back do his footwork drills? Now you try to tackle him with just 52 yards of open space and he running at you with a full head of steam. Now just go make a play. Like, come on, y'all. Souls of Thought said he has to master the basics, though. I think for him, he just need 2 good moves. He need a move and a move that could. It's like, so I'll give y'all the sauce because I'm done playing football. He said he has to master the basics. Shiloh become an outside linebacker. You only going to be in certain situations, leverage-wise. My thing was, I like to play high. I'm over 6 feet tall. I was 6 feet when I was playing football, and I like to play high. That's wrong in football. That's literally technically wrong in football. But what I would do is, my favorite move was the swim. My favorite move was the swim, right? So I had 2 moves, and I was undersized too. For my position, I was undersized. So you come around that edge, you got to deal with either a D end, you either got to deal with a tackle, an offensive tackle, or you're going to have to deal with a tight end most of the time. Every now and again, you got to deal with a running back. But depending on his dimensions, you might want to take that action head up. I ain't going to lie. If you my size or you just a little bigger than me, I'm going head up with that running back trying to protect the quarterback if I'm blitzing. But if he get 2 moves to his game, I don't care if it's a good rip. You just need a move and a counter. So I come off that edge. The first time I'm going to swim around you. I'm going to swim around you. I'm quicker than you. I'm going to swim around you. Boom. Right? The next time I'm coming high because I like to play high. That's just what it is. I hoop my whole life and I play football. So I like playing high. It's just what it is. I hoop high too. I've never been an athlete that, get super low. And I'm high. I'm up top with it. G. That's just how I get down. So you make shit work for you, right? You got a swim move. And then I had that quick spin move where I go like I'm a swim. I go like I'm a swim and spin to the inside. Them was the 2 moves, bro. And you mix and match them joints all game and get you a nice stiff arm. Hold the edge. Get you a nice stiff arm. It don't matter how big that tackle is. It don't matter how big that tight end is. You come up and hold the edge and you stiff arm him and slow play that, you're going to be straight. He get enough reps of that in practice, he going to be straight. Let his instincts do the rest. I'm telling you. He said he's the Miss Madden hit stick. Come on, man. Shiloh be making plays, man. I think y'all forgot. He said his ass couldn't do nothing in between the whistle. A pancake is not doing too much. It's finishing the block. No. That's not what I'm talking about, Mr. McBride. Don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't talking about the pancake. It's after the pancake. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you make a pancake, cool. But then you take the spatula and you want to keep pushing down on the pancake on the griddle. You want to keep pushing the pancake down with the spatula on the griddle. You know what I'm talking about. The linemen do too much when they win a rep. And sometimes they have to be disciplined for that. That's why them boys could be ending up in them knee braces. You gotta realize, G, we gonna listen. Hey, that's why. Yeah, because listen, you do too much to me on a rep, G. The next time I come around your edge, G, I'm coming low. So I hope you know. Hey, this is a grown man's game, dog. I was just saying, man. But shout out to Shiloh. I think he's gonna end up in a good situation. Like I said, with Shiloh, I think it's happening for him, not to him. And I definitely think he's an NFL talent, man. So he'll end up in a good position. Mark my words, y'all heard it here first with the classic codes, man. Let's move into the next.
Classic.
All right. So before we get into Shador, let's talk about the we got a comment. Hold on. He said, my son is the hand the ball to the ref kid. He don't even yell on the field. He ain't mean like me yet. Oh, okay. So he just pancake. He'll pancake the guy, get up and help him up type nigga. Okay. He said he's just strong AF. I feel that. But you know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about. You play defense. You done lost a rep to the wrong lineman before, and they did too much. Anybody in the chat that know what I'm talking about as far as linemen doing too much when they win a rep, y'all gonna drop a 333 in the chat. Don't cap, man. You know what I'm talking about. Because I do too much. Sometimes I do too much when I win a rep. It's fair and square, bro. Some shit you expect out there on the field, bro. I win a rep, G. Sometimes I'm gonna do too much. I remember the time I sacked what's my dog name? Antoine Randall L used to play for the Steelers, right? Marcus Randall L, his little brother. I played against him in high school. Marcus Randall L, he played quarterback. He was real shifty and all that, shake and bake and all. I told y'all I played strong safety, outside linebacker. My mama came off the edge He seen one of my teammates, gave him a juke move. His ass broke down, tried to juke me, ran straight through his ass. Ah! I get on top of him. Next time I'm gonna kill you. All for content creation purposes and entertainment, allegedly. But this is what I'm telling him. Next time, you know what I'm saying? Woo, I'm in his yeah. His lineman pulled me up off of him. All right, they looking at my number. We got you. I was wearing 35. We got you 35. All right, 35. We gonna see about you. Yeah, okay. You gonna have to. You gonna have to. Because I'm coming back, folks. I'll be right back. Oh God. I lost a couple reps that game. The linemen, they weren't capping. They got their lick back. Double pancake. Ah! They shoving me in the ground. I'm talking about pushing my shoulders into the dirt and shit. They doing too much. Oh, mama, I came right. Yeah, it was a war that day. Came, got my lick right back too. Yeah, it's a long game. Let's get active.
Classic.
I don't think y'all understand. Like, you got to be a real warrior. Like, when it comes to sports like football, rugby, like, come on, G. You see how many people out there? That's 22 grown men moving at the speed of light. Motherfuckers out there benching 225 for 30 reps. It's all type of shit going on, man. Y'all think them niggas made it to the NFL being nice guys and being gentle to other people?
Classic.
Nah. All right, man. Let's talk about Canelo, man. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez brings Jaron Boots Ennis into his camp to help him prepare for Terrence Bud Crawford. What do y'all think about this, chat? What on earth do y'all think about this? Did y'all hear the news? Canelo Alvarez brought Boots Ennis into his camp. Yeah. Boots Ennis, in case y'all don't know, Jaron Boots Ennis, he's an undefeated champion. Fought most of his career at welterweight. He'll now be campaigning at super welterweight or junior middleweight, whichever one you want to look at it, at 154 pounds. Jaron Boots Ennis for a long time, was lobbying to try to fight Keith Thurman. I mean, not Keith Thurman. Well, him too, but Errol Spence and both Terrence Crawford. But I think he was just outside of the generation. He was just young. He was lobbying for that fight, and those guys were busy trying to fight each other. So he ended up on the outside looking in of a lot of things. But he's said to be a bundle of potential. So far, I would say Jaron is nice, passes the eye test, but largely untested as far as level of competition is concerned. We respect Boots, though. Boots is a hell of a fighter. The thing about it is he's extremely athletic. He's young. And like Terrence Crawford, he fights out of both stances. He fights southpaw and orthodox. And I would say that Boots actually switches stances during exchanges and during the fight with more fluidity than Bud does. Bud will be fighting you orthodox. And then, maybe at some point he'll shift to southpaw. And then he'll stay southpaw for a while, if not the whole rest of the fight. And then maybe he'll switch back orthodox, but it's never in the midst of things. Boots will literally switch from southpaw to orthodox 3 or 4 times, maybe 5, 6 times within a round. Like, you'll be in an exchange that started from the southpaw position, and he'll pivot out into the orthodox position and put his jab on you and then come with a right hand. You know what I'm saying? So he does it with great fluidity and effortlessly. So Boots, if anybody on the planet Earth that we know about as a general boxing, populace or people who are interested in the sport, if anybody, of anybody, the people that we know about on the planet that can help get you prepared for fighting a Terrence Crawford, I would say it would be Boots. So there's been a lot of rhetoric around this, chat. People saying Boots is a traitor. Boots is a coon. Been a lot of talk around this. And the reason being is because, obviously Canelo being a Mexican fighter, people try to make it about race. Canelo's a Mexican fighter. He fighting against a black man. Crawford already moving up 2 weight classes to fight him. You going to go help the ops on some energy like that. People calling him Uncle Tom, et cetera, right? All these things, allegedly, and all the slander that's been put on Boots for being seen in Canelo Alvarez's camp to help him with his Bud Crawford fight. I'll give you guys my take on it. I think it's boxing. Boots wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. He called him out for a long time. Terrence claimed that Boots had an opportunity to fight him. He didn't stay in the right under the right sanctioning body, of the belt that Terrence had to force the fight. He asked him, why didn't you demand the fight? If you wanted it, you could have demanded it. I was the champion and you moved out from under my sanctioning body. So that's a debate between the two of them. However, they're never going to fight each other, right? So Boots feels like Terrence didn't give him an opportunity, probably to some degree, right? And Terrence probably feels differently. But these guys are not friends. Jaron Boots Ennis doesn't owe Terrence Crawford a thing, you know? And if anything, it wouldn't be wrong of him to have some resentment. Hey, I'm a young dude trying to come up. I'm looking for a shot. I'm kicking ass and taking names. I want you. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And Crawford, like, I got bigger fish to fry. And at the time he did. He was focused on the Errol Spence fight. And then shortly after that, he moved up in weight. And now he's moving all the way up to 168 pounds. So a fight with him and Boots will never happen. But if Boots has a sour taste in his mouth, I'm not saying that he does because I don't know that. But if he does, one could say that it's warranted, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, podcast says, I'm surprised I don't remember the name. I'd have to see him fight. Stance switching fighters are my favorite style of fighters. Jaron Boots Ennis. Go look him up, bro. Look up, if you want to see him look masterful, look up his fight against Roman Villa. Look at that fight. The full fight is on YouTube if you want to see him look masterful. Yeah. But yeah, Boots is nice. He's just, again, and I'm not surprised you don't know him because he's largely untested. But him coming in to help Canelo Alvarez in camp for Bud, it's a big deal. You know, whatever Canelo was doing to prepare for Crawford, you know, probably was already extensive and intense. He's, you know, Canelo's a legendary level fighter. So whatever he was already doing to get ready, I'm sure it was intense, but bringing in Boots this close to the action, I think they fight in a couple of weeks here. So he brought Boots in to get him right when he's peaking. He's probably sharp as hell right now. He didn't bring Boots in at the beginning of his camp the first couple of weeks. He brought this man in, you know, nearing fight time when he's probably peaking. And he probably wanted to get a real good look at something that's sharp, fast, athletic, switches stances like a Crawford, right? So Crawford allegedly responded to all of the noise around the fact that Boots went to help Canelo prepare for the fight. And Crawford, because Boots is supposed to be his rival or the fight that people want to see him fight is against Virgil Ortiz. And Crawford said something along the lines of, you know, if I went to camp and sparred against Virgil, I'd be a traitor though, right? Or I'd be wrong, right? So, but my answer to all of that is no. Yeah, no, he wouldn't be a traitor. It's boxing, y'all. Souls of Thought said Boots have to sell himself too. Boots is underrated. I agree wholeheartedly. Boots is too modest. He's overly modest. And he has to understand that though he's in the fight business, he's also in the entertainment business. And it would benefit him to even stay inside of his personality, but just make sure his visibility is higher. Boots doesn't really have a social media presence that he manages at a high level. And I think that he should. You know what I mean? A lot of people speak well on his behalf like I'm doing right now. But other than that, you're right. He could promote himself more. But Canelo bringing Boots into camp is a big deal. I don't know how many rounds they sparred. I don't know how hard they sparred, but at this point in camp, they probably were thumping. I'm not going to lie. I heard a lot of story about Boots being pretty harsh on guys in the gym during sparring. And I know Canelo is, nearing fight time, so he's probably in impeccable shape. And so they were probably thumping. You know what I mean? Cortez says Boots going to Saul's camp is a genius marketing. Yeah, that just definitely brightened his star, just even being seen next to him. He said Cortez, Boots gains the most from this. Yeah, without even having to take a fight. And, Canelo probably paid top dollar for sparring. So I'm sure he put some good money in Boots' pocket too. If I'm Bud, I would have brought Boots into my camp, whether I was going to spar with him or not, just so Canelo couldn't use him. We saw Floyd Mayweather do it when with Pacquiao's old strength and conditioning guy. I forget dude's name. Floyd hired him for the Pacquiao fight, just so Pacquiao couldn't use him. You know what I'm saying? Souls of Thought said facts, Tez. Yeah, I think Boots gains the most from this too, right? Because even the fact that, we got one person here on my platform that didn't know Boots like that and going to look into him now because I'm sitting here talking about it, right? So Boots being tied to Canelo, especially at a time like this, and one of the biggest fights, probably in the last 5 years, one of the biggest fights we going to get, him being tied to this and being in the media for this. It's definitely gonna brighten up his star. Everybody make sure y'all hitting that like button for sure, for sure. But yeah. How do I feel about it? I don't feel no way. I don't think that Boots owes Crawford anything. I don't think that he should have refrained from going to go get the experience with a guy like Canelo, even if it's in the setting of sparring. That's good work for Boots, right? He can improve on his pugilism. He put some money in his pockets. And I'm sure he has a fight that he's getting ready for. So I'm sure it's sharpening him up too. So it's wins across the board for Boots. How the public perceives it and all of that. It is what it is. You're trying to get ready for a fight. You're going to try to get the sparring that you need from whoever you need it from. And, you're going to have to tell me no. If I'm training and getting ready for a guy who's going to be aggressive and likes to counter punch and, he's got good power, I'm going to bring those types of guys in to sparring. You know what I mean? To get used to that look. Get used to somebody trying to throw back and, punch with me, or get used to people catching and shooting, and you need to get used to that and understand what you're going to do to offset that and all of that. You need those looks. And so it's very important. There's a lot of people saying that they've changed their pick because they seen Boots helping Canelo. They're saying they favorite Crawford, and now they're changing their pick to Canelo because they seen Canelo working with Boots to prepare for Crawford. And it matters. Your sparring matters. Your level of sparring matters. The type of sparring that you're doing matters. It all matters. They say a lot of fights are won in training camp. So you got people actually changing their prediction. I'm not changing my prediction at all. I think Canelo has lost something. He hasn't had a knockout in 7 or 8 fights going back years. And so he's fighting against though he's coming up from a smaller weight class to a higher weight class, he's fighting against the best fighter that he's fought in maybe ever, because I got Bud as an all-time great. He in my top 3. So he's going to be in there with the best boxer that he's been in there with. I'm talking about Canelo when he's facing Bud. He'll be in the ring with the best boxer that he's been in there with, except Floyd, right? So that's the level that he's going to face, and he's lost something. So the fight won't end by Canelo stopping Bud. Everybody talking about, can Bud take this power? Can he take the shots? I don't see Canelo landing anything really significant to the chin of Bud just because of the fact that he loads up on everything. I think Bud defense going to be tight as shit. And them big-ass loaded hooks, you're not landing that unless you deploy your jab. He going to have to get his jab off. Canelo is not – he'll jab for a round or two. He don't really jab. When he was younger and he used to throw punches and bunches and throw combinations, he used to jab. When he go watch old Canelo, young Canelo when he fought Shane Mosley, he would jab a stiff ass jab, and then come behind it with a fucking, you know what I'm saying? He a stiff jab, and then come behind it with a 4-3, a 4-3, 5, 6, 4 to the body, roll out. Put the jab back on your ass. That's how Canelo was getting to it when he was younger. Now it's 2 big ass hooks. He slip your shit, open up. Ha ha. And that's mostly how he getting down. So like if that's all he come with, if he don't diversify his approach, he mess around and just get out boxed easy. And messing with a guy like Bud want a little bit of action, so they gonna fight a little bit. He mess around, get hurt. I just don't see Canelo getting stopped. His chin is made out of concrete. I done seen Canelo go to YouTube and look up Canelo caught clean, like with some clean shots. Man, Danny Jacobs almost tore his head off his shoulders. Triple G almost tore his head off his shoulders. I'm talking about I seen him get hit with some shit, and he just keep walking forward. So I don't see Bud stopping him unless he just go to the body relentless. But we never see people go to Canelo body. So unless Bud just start on Canelo's body from round 1, I don't see this fight ending in a stoppage. But yeah, man, that's my take on Canelo calling Boots into camp. I don't think it changes anything about my prediction personally, but I do think it was a brilliant move for Canelo to be as best prepared for this fight as he could possibly be. Yeah, but that's my take on that. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. Is Shedeur Sanders in a hostage situation, allegedly, all for content creation purposes? Shedeur Sanders being out there in Cleveland, is he in a hostage situation? Are they holding up? Are they holding up the greatness that Shedeur Sanders is and will show that he is? Are they disrupting the path of young great Shedeur Sanders? Is he in a hostage situation, chat? Somebody tell me something. He goes out. What he go 3 for 6 against the Rams, sacked 5 times, less than stellar performance. He out there with the 3s, the 4s, and the 5s on his team. I'm talking about. You know, the protection is doo-doo. He running for his life, trying to make lemonade with oranges. You know what I'm saying? It isn't. Listen, there's a couple places in the NFL where quarterbacks go to rot. There's a couple locations in the NFL where quarterbacks go to just rot. The Cleveland Browns is one of them. Cleveland, Chicago. Yeah, I know. I'm from Chicago. You want to see a quarterback just die slow? Send him to Chicago. Send him to Cleveland. Oh my God. Where they just go to just rot. Just waste away. I'm trying to think of some other locations that notoriously just quarterbacks just go. No matter how good they are, they can't look good there. So as a thought said, wouldn't say hostile or hostage after watching his film. He regressed to his Colorado habits. You know what? I'm with you. You know, I'm not going to give him any special treatment. I'm just going to speak on behalf of an athlete in general. It's very difficult, especially when you play certain positions, to come into a game in the third quarter and just catch a vibe. I know it's the preseason. I know it's unconventional. I know it's not, but that's very difficult. You know, even in the NFL situations and live situations during the regular season, when a quarterback, the starting quarterback, go down, you know, at the end of the second quarter, or even let's say he go down early in the third quarter, and the second stringer got to just hop up off, you know, not just hop up off his ass, but he got to throw the headset to the side, and you know what I'm saying, take his ball cap off and get warmed up and all that right quick, and just jump in the game and catch a vibe. Like, it's a very difficult thing to do. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm not saying, but I mean, like I said, you got him out there with his 4s and 5s. You know, he playing against whoever on the Rams. He don't really got no protection. I mean, what y'all want him to look like? You know what I'm saying? He can play, but it's just, and then you don't give him a chance to redeem himself. 2 minutes left on the clock. He already in the game. You take him out and you put a guy who ain't even going to make the roster in the game. Huntley, are y'all considering Huntley? Is that a thing? Y'all going to have 5 quarterbacks? 6 when Deshaun Watson come back? I mean, what are we doing, Cleveland? So I just got questions. So he said, I'm his biggest fan, but watch the film. He backpedaled every time, never stepped forward in the pocket, receivers wide open. Yeah, he had a rough go of it. But what does it do to? What's the context to him having a rough night? What's the context to it? I'm not even making excuses. I'm just asking, what's the context to him having a rough night? And can he have a rough night? Is he allowed to have a rough night? Cortez Branch said they set him up. He's never entered the game in the second half. It's difficult to enter a game stone cold where everyone else has been playing for the last hour and a half and a halftime. Yeah, I agree with you, Cortez, especially when you play certain positions. I think if you're an offensive guard, you can get up and just get warm, go out there and crack helmets a couple times with that D tackle, and you in motion, right? I think if you're a linebacker, especially interior linebacker, you can jump up off the bench, go in for the injured guy, and just, you know, like I said, make a little physical contact, crack shoulders and helmets with a couple guys, and you in motion. Your body warm up, and you start seeing the coverages better, and you couple plays, and you good. Certain positions, though, you just got to come in off the bench, just off the cold, third quarter, and jump in that corner, and somebody that's really tight with them routes get on your ass. I mean, you might have gave up some points by the time you get warm. You know what I'm saying? I think all the context matters, but I'm not making an excuse for him. I just want him to get out of Cleveland. Is he in a hostage situation? Y'all, the owner said they didn't want him, right? The owner said he didn't want him, or was that the head coach? They said they didn't want him. You got him fourth, maybe fifth, right? Because you put Huntley in. Still keeping Pickett on the roster. We know you spent the 3rd round pick on Gabriel. He on the roster. Flacco the starter. So the nigga might be 5th string. I mean, what we talking about? Set him free. Am I tweaking, chat? Set him free.
Classic.
His star too bright to be in Cleveland anyway. No disrespect to Cleveland. I've been to Cleveland, Ohio. It's cool and shit. But Shador ain't no Cleveland nigga.
Classic.
He not the Cleveland type. When you see Shador, what about Shador say, oh, he look like he played for Cleveland?
Classic.
Like, come on, chat. Let's get into some shit. He said, Souls of Thought said, no, but you have to let Huntley get his film too. I think his rough night showed what they see. Soul said, guys, this preseason hits no difference than him taking late snaps in practice where he performed great. Yeah, he can have a rough night. So it's different, though. It is different. I disagree that it's no different. The game environment, the game atmosphere, the game speed, you know what I'm saying? The schemes from the other teams, it's different. It's definitely different than jumping in late in practice. It's different. It's different. I get why you saying it's no different, but it's different. It's nuance to that for sure, Souls. I got to push back on that, my dog. Souls of Thought says, Jackson Dart dominated with 3rd squad and against worse. Man, I feel you. With all due respect, man, fuck Jackson Dart.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? This is a Shador conversation. We ain't talking about no damn Jackson Dodds. Ain't nobody worry about him. Shador was supposed to go top 10. You understand me?
Classic.
They got him out there. They got him out there in Cleveland getting worked over by the system.
I'm only gonna do this once.
You know what I'm saying? He out there getting worked over by the system. He said a lot of Cleveland flats was all black, and one of the worst areas lived there for 5 years. Yeah, I know. I ain't talking about color. I'm saying, do Shador Sanders, as an athlete, do he carry himself, move like, dress like, present like? Is his clout built up like he the quarterback for Cleveland?
Classic.
Anything about Shador Sanders say Cleveland to you? Just his conduct, just his whole setup. His whole setup. Johnny Manziel. Star was way too bright to be in Cleveland.
Classic.
As crazy as it may sound, Johnny Manziel, being a party boy, being undisciplined, being a kid who can knock down some beers on Saturday night and go throw for 300 on Sunday morning, Johnny Manziel being a wild card like that, you throw him in Miami. Let him be who he is. The best athletes operate in their comfort zone. Allen Iverson used to kick it, go out and average 30. 5'11", maybe 6 feet with the sneakers on. 160 pounds. Used to kick it. Say Iverson, there wasn't nothing to catch him in the club on the night before a game. Nothing. Practice. We talking about practice? And I go give T-Mac 40.
Classic.
Some people just don't belong in certain places. He said the Giants are worse. Shador need to be in New York. Not Jackson Darts. Shador need to be in big markets. He's a star. This business and it's sports and it's talent. He got talent, but he's also a walking business. And he's a star. Y'all know how sometimes it's in you, not on you. Shador's a star. He's a star. The guy's a charismatic guy. I'm telling you, need to come on to Dallas. They need to set him free. He need to come on to Dallas, sit behind Dak a couple seasons, and go ahead and take over the system. Just take over the system.
Classic.
Don't waste away. Don't wait. If you got to sit the bench a couple years, cool. They want to play games with you, cool. Weaponize it. Get cold as hell over the next couple years, but go sit behind somebody in a location, in a place where they got a level of appreciation and respect for what you do and for your family, because Jerry and Dion, they cool peoples. As cool as you could be with somebody who feel about copper-colored people like Jerry Jones may or may not feel. You know what I'm saying? So as cool as you could be with said types of people, but they got a good rapport. And so I think that would be cool. But is he in a hostage situation? I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, Shedeur Sanders is definitely in a hostage situation. Cleveland need to set that man free.
Classic.
Let that man walk off into his greatness. There are franchises and teams and ball clubs that could sure use his services and would definitely have an appreciation for what he brings to the table. You know, this microscope that they got on the young man's game. Oh, he got a hitch before he throw. Oh, he hold the ball too long. Oh, we seen plenty of quarterbacks that hold the ball too long. We seen Tom Brady had a hitch. You know what I'm saying? We seen the guy's a rookie. He ain't going to do nothing but get better. He got a dog work ethic. He done worked himself into the position he in today, and he keeps himself, you know, grounded, and he's got a good mentality and attitude towards his approach to the sport. So I say they need to set the man free. Right now, he is a hostage. Cortez Branch said they need to let him go somewhere that wants him. They don't want him. Flacco never should have been signed, in my opinion. I feel that. I'm on the same team with you. Let him go somewhere where he's appreciated. I don't care if they appreciate him as a third stringer. Just let him go somewhere where he appreciated. And let him go somewhere where his game could flourish. Cleveland is not their system ain't a Shedeur system.
Classic.
Cleveland is not a Shedeur system. That's not Cleveland. We talking about Cleveland.
Classic.
We talking about Cleveland. So that ain't it. That ain't it. I knew it was sweet. I knew it was funny when they wouldn't let him get his number. Oh, he can't get number 2? Why? What y'all trying to make a point? Cortez Branch said they changed the play calling. That's indication enough. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know we kept the fouls. It's crazy, man. Set him free. Give us free.
Classic.
But yeah, man, that's my take on the Shedeur Sanders hostage situation. All right, we're moving into the WNBA, man. Moving into the WNBA playoffs. Playoffs are around the corner. They are upon us. I know a lot of people don't be caring about the WNBA, but I care. I care. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And hold on. Let me show y'all something. I'm pulling up the standings for you guys. Shout out to all the women of the WNBA. Pulling up the standings for you guys. All right. So as y'all can see right now, the Dream sit at number 2. The Atlanta Dream sit at number 2. And the Minnesota Lynx sit in the top spot. Now, the last time I gave y'all an update on the WNBA overview, I believe that the Liberty were number 2 in the league. And that's why I was telling y'all things change. You know what I'm saying? They change, and they change quickly, chat. And so in the WNBA world, you know, the way that they've changed has been tremendous since my last update, which is why I decided to swing back around to this. Now, in the WNBA, they play a schedule of 44 games. As you can see, the Atlanta Dream have already played 37 of their games. So they have less than 10 games left, 7 to be exact, and they rest at number 2. The Aces, like I indicated to y'all before, the top 8 teams, regardless of conference, go to the playoffs in the WNBA as it is structured today. Now, obviously, when they add their expansion teams, the budgeting goes up. We see that the marketing is changing. We see that things are trending upward for the WNBA overall. And so as those things change, maybe they go to more of an NBA-style structure where there's the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. But as it stands today, it's the top 8, and you got to go beat the best to be the best. So that's just what it is. That's how they rocking. As y'all can see, Asia Wilson, traditionally the best player in the league this year. I don't know. I like Nafisa Collier as the best player in the league overall this particular season. But Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces have moved into the number 3 spot. okay, sitting at 24-14. Now, as you can see, the Mercury are right behind them, sitting at 22-14. But having had played 2 less games, they still have an opportunity to catch the Aces and move into this spot. What's most important is who is hovering around the number 8 spot in the WNBA. Right now, the Indiana Fever, right, still wanting for Caitlin Clark to get all the way fully healthy and then back into the groove of things. They currently hold the 8th spot, having had played 37 of their games. So they just have 7 games left as well. Okay, but hovering around them, the Mystics at 10 aren't really a real threat. They've only played 30. They've already played 38 of their ball games, only having 6 games left and being behind by 4 losses. I don't think they have a realistic shot to take the 8th spot. But the team that does is the LA Sparks. And this is the dark horse for a lot of people. There aren't a lot of people on YouTube that are covering the WNBA at a high level on the content creation side. But they have a dark horse right here in the LA Sparks. There are some people who think the Sparks with Kelsey Plum, they feel like the Sparks can make a late push, sneak into the playoffs, and be a real problem for some teams. I don't know that I feel the same. I don't know that they even get in the playoffs. The Fever are playing very well, and when Caitlin is all the way right, as the season winds down, I don't know exactly when she's coming back, but when Caitlin is all the way right, I don't know if the Sparks get over the hump here to steal that 8th spot. Now, the 7th spot and the 8th spot are both clustered together. So can the Sparks, so the Valkyrie are in 7 with a tied record with the Indiana Fever, okay? So there is a world where the Valkyries could slide all the way out and the Sparks could go to 8 and the Fever can go to 7 or vice versa. But it just depends. You know, it really just depends on these last few games. I'll be paying close attention coming up. If we look at the games in the WNBA, as you can see today, out of the teams that are fighting for their lives, none of them play today. The Aces sit firmly in 3rd. The Sky don't have a chance to make the playoffs. The Sky will get better. They don't have a chance to make the playoffs at all. The Sun don't have a chance to make the playoffs, and the Liberty are resting people. The last game the Liberty played, I know Asku, their leading scorer, sat out. Brianna Stewart sat out as well. She sat out as well, and a couple of their other star players sat out. I think they played that game with like a 8-man rotation or 8-woman rotation. And so the Liberty seem to be resting people, but I don't know if it's in their best interest, right? The playoffs are coming. They probably want to work everybody back in, get everybody fresh and in rhythm and playing together again, because I know that Brianna has actually been out for a while. Stu has been out for a minute. So she's going to have to get her legs back under her. She's going to have to get firing on all cylinders for them to have a shot to make a push in the playoffs. But the last thing I wanted to show y'all is actually I want to reiterate that my prediction for the WNBA champions this year has not changed. And it hasn't changed for one reason. And that reason is right here. This woman right here, Alicia Gray, she is just remarkable. You understand me? She's like the James Harden of the W. You know what I'm saying? She lefty. She got a crazy bag, and she pulling up for 3 with the greenest of lights. You know what I'm saying? Just look at some of this footage here. You know what I'm saying? Give me that. I'm going to block that. You know what I'm saying? Because I play defense. Her team, they get out and run. Look at that behind the back. They got too much sauce, man. The Atlanta Dream are a real threat. They're not number 1 in the league because I feel they go great, knocking down a 3, just pulling up, just lefty, pulling up, bang. You know what I'm saying? She cute too. You know what I mean? Catch her in traffic. It's a conversation. But it's like, look at her. She going to catch. Here we go. Lefty, cook. You know what I mean? She just like that. And that's my picks. They're 3rd right now. Oh, no. The Dream are 2nd right now in the W. They're the 2nd seed right now. I don't know where they'll end up through the next, 6 to 8 games or whatever. But I don't think it matters. I think they just a problem. Look at this. Heads. Get off me and 1 me. Call that, ref. You see what I'm saying? This is my pick for the WNBA champs this year. I know a lot of people don't see it that way. I think they think that a healthy New York Liberty or a healthy Minnesota Lynx beats Atlanta, but I don't necessarily believe that's true because Nafisa Collier, as great as she is, over in Minnesota. As amazing as she is, and as amazing as a season as she having, and as much of a triple-double monster as she is, Atlanta matches up okay with her. They have size. You know what I'm saying? They have size, they have speed, and they got somebody who can just go get a bucket. As y'all know, in the WNBA, the first round is best of 3. Everything else is best of 5. They play short playoffs. You got to beat the team 3 times, not 4. Look at this. Pull up, bang. You see what I'm saying? It's nasty. It's nasty. It really is. Let me see here. Soul said Aces 10-game win streak. Yeah, the Aces playing their butts off. The Aces are playing their butts off. And listen, shout out to Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson has been on a hit spree. Okay, matter of fact, let me pull up Asia's stats real quick for y'all so y'all can see exactly what type of time is she on. See, y'all, people don't cover the WNBA, but I'm telling you, man, there's something there. I do think, it would benefit a team, whatever franchise wants to be the first one, to just kind of pick their team on skills, but also with looks in mind. Like whichever team decides to be the fine-ass team in the league, they're going to take marketing through the roof. Y'all take that how y'all want. That's just a real thing. But let me pull up Asia Wilson's stats. She's been going absolutely crazy. She has been going absolutely crazy, chat. Since she heard the playoffs was coming up, she went and lost her mind. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you at all, chat. She went and lost her mind when she heard the playoffs was coming up. Check it out, chat. Check out these stats. Asia Wilson, last few games. You said they on a 10-game win streak. Well, I wonder why. Let's look at Miss Adebayo, Asia Wilson. 36 points last game. 36 points, 13 rebounds. Game before that, 19 points, 13 rebounds. Game before that, 32 points, 12 rebounds. Game before that, 34 points, 8 rebounds. Game before that, 30 points, 16 rebounds. Game before that, 17 and 16. Before that, 32-20. Game before that, 29 and 12. Ever since she heard the playoffs was coming up, she has absolutely lost her mind. She's lost her mind. But will it continue? Can they beat the dream in a 5-game series? I'd say yes, they can. But will they? Just as much as a bucket Asia is, Alicia is. Alicia Gray a bucket. She a bucket, and she got some real dogs with her. So we have to see how it plays out for sure. My prediction is Atlanta all day long, but we just have to see. So's a Thought said me and my boy Jaron used to cover heavy last year. Oh yeah, it's avoiding the market for sure. And I'm gonna cover the W on Classic Code Sports just simply because I really be going to WNBA games. Like I've been going for years, even when it wasn't like a thing, like when the arenas used to be a quarter of the way full, I used to be in that joint and get great seats for the low. So I always found it to be dope. You know what I mean? So I just seen some of the best play live. I seen Diana Taurasi play live. I seen Candace Parker play live. I seen Skylar Diggins play live a few times. That's Bay. I seen some of the best play live. You know what I mean? So the W is worth talking about for sure. And like I said, the business of it is the business of it. I think that they're going in the right direction for sure. But just like they got the stud bud thing trending and all of that, let's just say one of these teams just like decide to pick, because there's plenty of good looking women that play ball. Let's just say one of these teams decide to, without even saying it to anybody, without announcing it, you just see it because you're looking, that out of the 12 lady roster, 10 of them fine. Super easy on the eyes, just fine. The first franchise that consider looks with the skills, it's not gonna matter if they win the championship every year. Especially if it's a major market, don't let Atlanta be the team to do it. Don't let Chicago be the team to do it. It's gonna be full. It's gonna be full. We in there. So I'm just saying, for the business, I think it's gonna benefit. But in regards to the playoffs, my bet on the dream, y'all. My bet on the dream. But it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be good to watch. I'll be covering the playoffs as we wind down. I'll be covering what the picture looks like and who actually gets into the playoffs. And then we'll break down the brackets and everything. We'll come right back to the W and discuss it further for sure. But that's my my update on the WNBA playoffs being around the corner. Yes, Lord. You know what it is. It's got to be every time.
Classic.
All right. So that's it for the Classic Code Sports. We covered everything. We covered Shiloh Sanders being waived. We covered Canelo bringing in Boots Ennis to prepare for Crawford. We covered Shedeur Sanders and his hostage situation. And we covered the WNBA playoffs being around the corner. If y'all watching this and you have not subscribed to Classic Code Sports on YouTube, please do so. It's much appreciated. Subscribe, get in the comments. Let me know what you think about these sports takes on the rewatch. 333 to everybody that's coming, that's tapped in from chat 333. And you know what it is, man. We got another classic on our hands. If y'all don't do nothing, for me, stick to the code.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hard in my heart, now hard in the